Kenya is an interesting country. There is a book here, which I read from time to time. The Constitution of Kenya Economy. The Constitution of Kenya Economy. There is a sentence in this book which is very disturbing. It says, and so I came to this matter. I would have been able to go through and flag a particular sentence. There's a sentence which says this. Kenya is one of the most corrupt countries in the world. In this book, it's written there. Kenya is one of the most corrupt countries in the world. But let things be done in a proper manner, so that we do not send out the wrong signal, so that we do not send out the wrong perception that there is corruption going on in National Assembly, in the Senate, and in the judiciary. Let the matter go back. Now, it was said to you that certain individuals were above the law. That's not correct. When you are appearing before your lordships and my lady, we should show that actually you are really running the law. All of us, as Miranda friends, is to keep upon that quite properly. All of us are under the law. The judges are taken to court. The chief justice can be taken to court. The speaker can be taken to court. The president can be taken to court. And in fact, the case of Trump versus Vance, a United States court, 9 Supreme Court judges made it very clear that the director of criminal investigations is at liberty to investigate on the president of the United States. It's my humble submission that we shall be advancing the same argument. That in this case of GACHAGUA, no director of criminal investigation was called or summoned to give evidence. Am I wrong? I'm right. Thank you. I'm glad I'm still right. No director of criminal investigation was summoned to give evidence. This is a lacuna. This destroys the whole case. My Lord, there is something else I would like to say to you, very, very respectfully. Conflicts at work. We are always quarreling with people we work with. It's normal. I happen to know that Chief Justice Miller and Sir James Wilkes never got on very well at all. They quarreled from time to time, but they couldn't work together. I happen to know Chief Justice Trevelyan and Justice Martin were not friends. They used to throw some things against one another, but they continue to work. Some of us who have been married and so on, we know that actually at times a wife can quarrel, and at times a man can quarrel, but they still continue to live together under the same roof to make sure that the children actually have a parent, father and mother. And that's what we are saying. This nation has to survive the crisis. We cannot destroy the nation by saying because the president and deputy president quarrel. That is very, very naive way of looking at life. Thank you very much. And I shall be advancing the arguments of alternative dispute resolution. I put them on notice. We shall be advancing the notice, the alternative dispute resolution. We can defeat President Museveni, we can get our Archbishop, we can get our retired Supreme Court judges to sort them out and continue to work. But we cannot abandon the Deputy Chief Justice because the two of them could not get on well. That is a very, with respect, that's a very childish way of approaching this. Thank you.
The sitting of this court on any day, at any time, requires express authority of the Chief Justice under Section 10, Subsection 7 of the High Court Organization and Administration Act. My learned colleague, Mr. Nyamori, made an important point, and I think I support that point. The Constitution says what it says. but it means what the court say. Very crucial point. The Constitution at Article 165, Clause 4, says who can constitute this bench. That is the Chief Justice. Can the DCJ also do it? Is that an administrative or a constitutional mandate? The jurisprudence by this court, as we have alluded to, is 3 cases. The Omtata case, the Kemri case, and the Leila Conchela case. The Omtata case and the Kemri case present that as a constitutional mandate of the Chief Justice. The Leila Conchela case at the High Court level presents it as an administrative function, but we now know that the Court of Appeal has found that to be an arguable point on appeal and has given a stay order on the strength of that arguability. The weight of that jurisprudence militates against finding that this is an administrative decision, as has been urged by my colleagues from the other side. Since I have only 5 minutes, an issue arose here, my lord, my lady. We tried to object, but we were told we will have right of reply. Professor Agenda presented a piece of paper from his hand, claiming it's a memo from the Chief Justice. We sought clarification on where that paper has come from. First, his argument was it's in the portal. We sought to know in which case file in the portal that paper has come from and why it has no timestamp that is symptomatic of all documents that are lodged in the portal, and there was no clarity on that. He then said Mr. Nyamodi will comment on it. Mr. Nyamodi stood, began, and concluded his submissions without commenting on it. He also told us it is in the file. Papers like this will find themselves in the file through affidavits. This is evidentiary material. Again, we were not told which affidavit or which deponent filed on which day. We will therefore urge you that as you consider this matter, you take into account that we have not had a fair opportunity to treat this piece of evidence in its proper context because of the, with respect, woolly nature of the manner in which it has been presented before this court. I urge my lords that in view of the matters raised before you, this matter ought to finally clear the position of this court on the jurisprudence of Article 165, Clause 4 of the Constitution, to give it considered thought, and that you return this file back to the appropriate authority, the Chief Justice, to do that which is just and right, as per Article 165, Clause 4. In matters as fundamental as this, in a matter where we all agree that this is a defining moment for our country, we cannot afford to be casual about it. We cannot afford to be expedient about it. It's a matter that is where a question of principle arises, and of all the 3 organs of government, only one organ stands out for standing on principle: the judicial arm of government. All other arms of government stand on politics and policy, but principle is reserved for the judicial arm of government. We urge you to admit that principle and find that the applicants and their supporters before you have made out a case for you to down your tools in this matter on the strength of the manner in which you are constituted. I rest.